Hello, and today we're here to talk about the power of visualization and how we can use it to really help ourselves. So visualizations are basically us spending time focusing on what we want, imagining it, taking time to step into the ideal scenario and sit with it, because the more time we spend focusing on what we want, the more we are going to attract it to us. The law of attraction states that whatever you focus on, you get more of. So the more negatives you focus on, the more negative spiral you'll get, whereas the more positives you focus on, the more positives you'll get as well. Our brain works in such a way that it will keep finding what we ask it to find. So if we're looking for positives, our brain will go, oh, we're looking for positives, let's find them. So if you're looking to have your ideal job, to meet your perfect partner, to calm your anger and anxiety, whatever you're focusing on doing, and it has to be in a positive, you will attract it to you. So if you want to lessen something, you need to actually think what you want more of, because our brain only works in positives. So if you say, don't think about a pink elephant, don't think about a pink elephant, whatever you do, don't think about a pink elephant, you're going to notice that you are thinking about that pink elephant, because the brain can't see the negative of the don't, it just sees the pink elephant. So if you don't want to think about a pink elephant, maybe you want to think about a blue giraffe instead. So you focus on what you want. So the law of attraction tells us that if we look for what we want, if we look for this ideal partner, we are more likely to draw it to us, just because of the power of attraction, from pure positives and negatives back to really simple kind of magnetic attraction. It works in that same way with thoughts, because thoughts have a power to them and an energy to them as well. So what the wonderful thing is with visualization is our brain sees visualizations like memories. So it can't tell the difference between when we're visualizing something and imagining it and taking time to really think about it, or if we're just thinking back to what we had for our tea yesterday and we're remembering that. It sees the two things, if we take time to step into the visualization, as the same, which is brilliant, because then we can assume that we've already achieved it. Our brain can see it happening. And once you can see something happening, you can believe it will happen. So how can we make visualizations work? Well, there's affirmations. So affirmations are positive statements. There's another video that you might want to check out all about affirmations, which is really handy on this channel. But affirmations are essentially positive statements that we want to believe about ourselves. So it's anything like, I am amazing. I have met my ideal woman. I have my ideal job. Whatever it is, it's a positive statement about ourselves that we want to achieve. And repeating it over and over will bring it into fruition. Okay. We can do a manifestation meditation, which I will talk us through shortly. And this is where you really take time to focus in on what you want and visualize it happening, so your brain sees it like a memory. We have vision boards. These are great. They're a wonderful tool. I love visual aids, and vision boards are great because what they do is you can see everything you want all in one go on one image, and you can put it wherever you can see it on a daily basis. So you can put it in front of on your mirror, you can put it on your work zone, you can put it in your car, you can put it as a background to your phone, you can use it kind of anywhere that you're going to see it on a daily basis to keep subliminally reminding yourself of what you want, because the more you do it on a subliminal, like subconscious basis, and you're just drawing it into you by the law of attraction. It's amazing. In fact, someone that I worked with previously put an image of their ideal job on their vision board. They had it on their mirror. They had it there for a couple of months and then they got the job. And previously they'd kept going for it but hadn't got it. So it's just bringing that state into being. Journal. You can journal your ideas as well. So everything that you want, you can just write it on a daily basis. The more energy that you put into believing what you want is a possibility, the more you're likely to make it come true. And lastly, we've got miracle questions as well. So these are the big questions, kind of delving into what we really want and taking time to focus on it, because the more, as I say, the more time you spend focusing on what you want, the more likely you are to bring it to you. Hello and welcome to your manifestation meditation. You might want to watch the screen, but equally you might just want to close your eyes so you can focus on your own dreams. Just take a minute to get comfortable, whether that's sitting down, whether that's lying down. Make sure you're relaxed. Okay, close your eyes and take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And another one in through your nose and out through your mouth. And I want you to think about what you want most in the world. Just really imagine it. Think about that biggest dream, that biggest desire, that biggest goal that you've got. What do you want the most? Really think about it. Think how it will change your life. Think about exactly what's happening in that goal. How it will make you feel. How important it is to you. Once you've really thought about this goal and let go of any feeling that it might not happen, because we're manifesting it, we are going to make it happen. So let go of any preconceptions, breathe them out. And feel the light from within as you're breathing in. Feel that light energizing you and making everything possible. All your dreams, all your goals are possible right now. So I want you to think about this goal. Think about exactly when it will be, when it would be happening for you, and imagine it. And now I want you to think about a timeline in front of you. Imagine your life stretching out on a line in front of you. And I want you to notice where the past is, where what has already happened is on this line. Is it to the left of you? Is it behind you? Where does it sit on this line? And I want you to recognise where now is on this line. Are you standing on it? Is it directly in front of you? Where is the present moment on this line? And then I want you to think about where the future is on this line. Is it right out in front of you? Is it to the right of you? Where is it? Notice where it is. I want you to think about floating. Just floating above the line now. Just float a bit higher. And now you're floating above that line, and I want you to think about this goal, the goal that we've been thinking about, this dream for the future. And I want you to imagine where on this line is it that it could be true, where you could have already achieved this goal. So is that a week in the future, 2 weeks, a month, a year, 2 years? Wherever it is on the timeline for you, I want you to just float gently to that place. And I want you to notice when you get to that place that it feels like that is the right place. That feels like the right time for you to have achieved this goal. And I want you to just drop that goal onto the timeline there and come down onto the timeline and settle on it. So notice where it is. And whilst you're doing that, I want you to now, knowing that this is where you've achieved it, I want you to think about what it feels like. What's everyone saying to you? What are you saying to yourself? How do you feel now that you have achieved this? Whatever it is, I want you to imagine it in colour. I want you to hear what people are saying. I want you to notice any smells, any sounds, any sights, anything that you can touch, the feelings that you've got. Whatever you notice, just really take a moment to think about that. Now that you've achieved this goal that you wanted for so long, but you've done it now, and you know that you can do it. So think about that. Think about everything about this goal and what makes it so important to you and what makes it so exciting now that you've finally achieved it. how are you feeling? I want you to imagine that there's a little volume dial, and I want you to turn that dial up a little bit, notch by notch. And the more you turn it, the more colourful the images are, the louder the sounds are, the brighter the energy is. You can feel it encompassing your whole body now as you're imagining this goal. Now you've achieved it. Think about what you're saying to yourself. How do you feel now you've achieved it, knowing that you can do this? And just sit for a moment with that. Think about everything there is about this goal. Now you have achieved it, and how it has changed your life, and how you have grown, and how you have succeeded to get here. And take a deep breath and breathe it all in through your nose and out through your mouth. And I want you now to just notice, now you've achieved this goal, I want you to notice where you are in this timeline. And I want you to step forward a couple of days. So you've already achieved it, but now you're even further into the future. You're a week into the future, you're a couple of weeks into the future from this goal. And I want you to notice how it has changed your life, having achieved this, how this has helped you, how you feel, how it has benefited all those people around you, and how you have grown as a result of achieving this goal that you set for yourself. What is your life like now you have achieved it? Take a moment and bask in that. Okay, and now you're enjoying that moment and you know that you can achieve it. I want you to turn around and look back towards the past on your timeline. And I want you to notice, now that you've achieved it, you can see all the different steps on how to get there. How this goal dropping onto your timeline has shifted your whole future so that you can now see all the different steps that you need to go through, that you have gone through to get here. So I want you to walk back, float up and float back along your timeline with all this strength, all this energy, all this power of knowing that you have achieved this goal, knowing that you can do this, knowing that you can achieve whatever you want. This strength, this power, this confidence, this belief. And as you walk back along the timeline, back towards now, I want you to notice every moment that you might have learnt something that might be a stepping stone on your journey to this goal. And I want you to spend a second there and fill it with all of your new knowledge of how you got there, all of your new strengths that you have gained as a result of this journey, all of the power and confidence that you have knowing that you can achieve this. And in every moment, I want you to just think, what have I learned? What have I gained? And how did I get here? And then step back a bit further and just notice all the parts of this journey until you get back to now. And it might be a short journey if it was a smaller goal of a week or two. It might be a longer journey if it was a year or two. But just notice every single path and point on this path of your journey to reach the goal that you got. You've achieved it, you know you can do that. So just notice the journey back. And now you're back in the now, knowing that you can achieve this, knowing that anything is possible. Recognize what you have learnt, all the skills that you needed to acquire on the journey, which you have done. You understand how you go about that now. You can see the whole map of that line. It's all mapped out into sections small goal by small goal, growing up to that bigger goal which you have achieved. And just know that you can do it. And take a moment, breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And in through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathe in that confidence. Breathe out that fear. Breathe in that confidence. Breathe out any doubt, because there's none left now. You know you can do it. You have done it. And when you feel ready, come back into the room. Open your eyes and just sit, imagining this goal. Take as long as you like for this. And well done, because you can achieve anything that you believe and see that you can. And you've spent all that time visualizing it now. So that means you've already started in motion, getting ready for that goal happening. Your mind is ready, your body is ready, your future is ready for you to just step into it. So what are miracle questions? Miracle questions are the ones that get you to think really big. They get you to start imagining what you really want. So the first one is, what do you value most about yourself? Now, I know that this is something that you already know about yourself, but it's stepping into that bigger state of believing in yourself. So what do you value most about yourself? Is it your kindness? Is it the way that you are really determined to work on yourself and to grow? What is it that you value the most? The more you spend time thinking about it, the more you will draw it into your own being. What is your greatest hope for the future? If anything could happen to you, and don't let the idea that things can't work out spoil or cloud your vision right now. Think as big as you can, forget any preconceptions. What is your greatest hope for the future? If anything could happen, if you could wave a magic wand, what would you make happen? What's your greatest hope? And really step into the thought of it, step into how it will change you, how it will impact on your life, how it will be so amazing for you. What are you most proud of? So again, coming back to you, your positive qualities, spending time sitting with them. We don't often do that enough. So what are you most proud of? And lastly, what is your ideal day? So imagine this starting from as you wake until you go to bed. And I would do this as a piece of writing. It doesn't have to be properly punctuated or have wonderful grammar or anything. Just write ideally what would happen for you and spend time thinking about it. Really think in detail, as much detail as you can. Who will be there? What will you be doing? What will you be saying to yourself? What will be happening? What exciting things will be going on? Where will you be? Where will you be living? What will you be eating? Just think about all those things. Who will you be sharing that day with? So these are the questions that get you to think really big. And just take some real time over that. It's really important, because the more you can imagine it, the more you can believe it and you can conceive it into being. So thank you very much for taking the time today, and remember that whatever you visualize, you materialize. So get working on what will work for you. Try out the vision boards, use some affirmations, try the meditation, see how you get on with it. Do some journaling. Ask those miracle questions, whatever it is that's going to help you think about getting to those goals that you really, really want. Because the more time you spend on them, the more chance you are, or the more chance you have of making them come true. So well done for taking the time for yourself today. Visualize what you want to materialize. Have a lovely day. Bye.